2024 has been a huge year in music, but 2025 looks as if it could be even bigger with new albums and tours from some of the biggest pop artists, some emerging new genres of music, and the growing popularity of TikTok in the industry. So here with a preview of what's to come in music next year is music journalist Emily Hanskamp. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so here we are. I mean, what a year it's been.
Yeah.
A number of artists have already introduced tours and announced tours and music for the new year, including this guy.
Baby, ride me to the darkness of the night. Kill me softly like you want me, you tonight.
Whoa, it's a lot of dancers. It's a big show. Who are you most excited to see?
I mean, The Weeknd, look at these visuals. He's always known for coming in with a concept. So we're expecting a trilogy from him this year. We're expecting a new album, Hurry Up Tomorrow. That's January 24th. We're expecting a movie based on that with Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan. And he's hinting at a tour in 2025 as well. I'm so excited for The Weeknd to get back on track with his musical career. I think it'll be a big one. Madonna also hinted at some new music. We also, yeah, it's going to be a really big year. I'm really excited. And also, another thing I just want to say I'm excited for in 2025 is Oasis will be going on tour. We've been hearing about this for so long, right? Now we can finally see how are these brothers going to do? Are they going to kill each other? Is it going to go well? Is it going to be kumbaya? Lindsey?
I don't know. That's the big question, right? Like they say they're going to tour and they're selling out left, right, and center.
We hope they get to us.
But will they last?
Just wait till you come to Toronto, please, brothers, please.
Is Lady Gaga having any?
Lady Gaga, she's got LG7 coming out, her first studio album since 2020's Chromatica. So excited to see her to get back on her pop game. It's going to be great.
I love her voice. One of the biggest conversations in the music industry has been the impact of AI. You and I have talked about this several times throughout the year. You know, everything from production to songwriting. So what were the wildest AI storylines this year, and what can we see going forward?
So, I mean, we can look at the positive aspects. You know, the Beatles released a new song, Now and Then, and that was because AI allowed them to clean up those John Lennon vocals and release this new track. But we also saw some more nefarious uses, right? I mean, Taylor Swift had to deal with those awful deepfakes, something that will become, you know, more consistent, unfortunately. We had Tupac's estate threaten to sue Drake for using AI voice cloning to feature Tupac in his song. So one thing I really want to highlight for 2025 is there is this lawsuit currently between some of the industry's biggest studios, you know, Warner, Sony, Universal, against two AI companies, Suno and Udio. So this is something to really look out for in AI, is not only how it's going to be regulated, but how industry is both leaning in and leading out, seeing it as both a disruptor and an enabler of creativity in the space.
It's going to be really interesting to see how that all plays out. 2024 saw big pop stars blurring the line between genres. I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about.
16 carriages driving away while I watch them ride with my dreams away to the summer sunset on a holy night on a long black road on the tears I fight.
So Beyonce's album, Cowboy Carter, and Charlie XCX's Brat, both covering a lot of musical territory. Do you expect this trend to continue in 2025? And are there a couple of genres that you'd like to see collab?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, that song gets me in my feels every time.
Me too.
But yes, we had Beyonce crossover into country. We had a lot of mashups, you know, country and punk, country and rap. So what a lot of people are kind of suggesting as we go forward is that we're going to kind of phase into this genreless era of music. One where, you know, if you think of the music industry, think of the music awards, think of the Billboard charts. They are so categorized, black and white, by genre. So what we're suggesting now is maybe going forward, we're going to continue to see this mashup, continue to see this blurring of lines, which will cause the industry to sort of have to adjust in response, which makes me so excited because art is not meant to be categorized in that way.
No,
so
but then you look at the awards and you're like, what are they going to do?
They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
No, they don't know what they're doing.
I know.
Yeah, well, that's why even putting Beyonce in a country category was so complicated.
I
right?
know, exactly.
Anyway.
Now, I mentioned Charlie XCX. Here's an example of what we're about to talk about. It's hard not to bop it.
It's impossible.
We saw two huge cultural moments for Charlie XCX's Brat, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Which artist could you see having sort of like a landmark moment in 2025?
Yeah, I mean, I think that after seeing, it's not, obviously artists always want to create moments like this, but to have two huge monoculture moments in 1 year in the pop space, we have not seen that in so long. And now it has not only created a hunger in the industry to, of course, recreate these money-making machines, but a hunger from fans. They also want these universal moments, these Eras Tour moments, these Rat moments. So we're going to see artists really, really leaning in. We talked about Lady Gaga and LG7. We talked about The Weeknd and his visuals that he always kind of, you know, has his conceptual concepts around. So I can really expect that these huge pop artists are going to be trying to not mimic in the exact way, but recreate these moments now that there's such a hunger and appetite for it. So I'm super excited. I'm on board.
We've been super excited to have you break things down for us all year. So thanks so much for being with us throughout the year. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Ah, we'll see you next year. I did it. I did the joke. We'll be right back.
If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.